Okay, so welcome. Tonight we're here with Brenna Miller, star goaltender, Bishop Eustis High School. Thanks for joining me tonight.
Thank you.
We're going to spend a couple of minutes here. So we've been doing this video with, the seniors that wanted to do it, and you're one of them. And this video is for you. So I hope that this will stay out there. The link will be out there forever. I have no plans to take it down. I hope that occasionally you look at it, or even if you don't look at it for 10 or 15 years, and you do look back, that you smile. And that you remember this is a special time. Senior in high school is always a special time. But from your guys' perspective, I mean, you guys just won a state championship, which is so rare.
Yeah.
So I'm happy to be able to help gather a little bit about who you were and what this time was like for you. All right, so let's learn a little bit about Brenna first. First, 3 words to describe yourself.
I would say quirky, outgoing, and free-spirited.
Quirky, outgoing, and free spirit. Okay. Favorite line from a film?
She gave me her heart. Or no. Oh my god. I gave her my heart and she gave me a pen. From Say Anything.
I gave her my heart and she gave me a pen.
Yeah, Lloyd Dobler.
I gotta look that one up.
Yeah.
What kind of movie is it?
Chick flick.
Chick flick. Oh, I watch them all the time.
Oh, they're great. I'm sure you'd love it.
That's a great line.
It's a classic.
Favorite thing to do besides field hockey?
Probably watch movies and hang out with my friends.
Are you a movie buff?
Yeah, I just like watching movies a lot.
Is it all chick flicks, or are you kind of?
Yeah, chick flicks, 80s movies, like whatever's really on Netflix that I can get to.
So one of the cool things. I mean, you're about to go to college. We'll talk about that a bit later. But no matter what, you're going to meet a different group of girls. And with a different group of girls come a different group of different set of interests.
Yeah.
And you're it's so exciting. Your horizon's about to expand. Like the movies you watch, you're like, I never thought to watch that. And now you will. And I bet you if we could talk for a year now, you'd be like, oh my God, that movie was so great. I never thought to watch it before, but my friend turned me on to it.
Yeah.
So that'll be exciting. Favorite style of music?
Alternative.
Alternative.
Yeah.
I imagine there's a ton of songs you know all the lyrics to, right?
Yeah.
You are driving, right? And you have
Yes.
sister and brother at school, so that's your carpool in the morning?
Yeah.
Are there others? Or the 3 of you?
No, it's just us.
You guys sing?
Sometimes we'll jam. Most of the time they fight, and I have to threaten to pull the car over, like a mom.
I was just thinking that.
Yeah.
We'll turn this car right around and go
I
home.
was like, don't make me turn this car around. It's like, you will walk to school. And they're like, okay, Mom.
When you play music, you're driving, so you're in charge of the playlist, right?
Of course.
And do they sing along?
Yeah, I think I've influenced their taste in music a lot because I don't let them control the aux cord.
So you're in charge,
I'm in
and they
charge.
sing.
Yeah,
Okay.
Abby will sing.
Can they sing? Or do
Abby
they sing?
can sing.
Abby can sing?
Zach just sits in the back and he's like, why am I here?
So is Abby sometimes like, you just look at her like, girl, you're just messing up the whole song, like,
Yeah.
I will stop this car right now if you keep singing that way.
I'm like, this is a solo. Yeah,
So you give her that sometimes?
Yeah.
You gotta give your little sister a business sometimes.
But most of the time, like, I can't do that because she's, like, really good at singing, and, yeah, she doesn't think so, but, like, she'd never admit it, but, yeah, so. I
So you
can't
guys
really-
maybe do have future as a band. I mean, you have some
Oh,
musical
yeah.
interest, and she
Fa-
has some
family
stuff.
band.
There you go.
Yeah. Bo plays the guitar.
Bass, right?
Bass. So,
You got it.
yeah.
And you know what, that band, you can cater to the older women, to the younger crowd, because you got that.
We can tie it in full circle.
There you go. There you go. If you could only eat one thing for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Probably ice cream.
Any flavor?
Cookie dough.
Cookie dough.
Yeah.
What talent would you most like to have?
Talent? I think I would like to play an instrument.
Have you ever played an instrument?
No.
And what's the first one up?
The trumpet.
You want to learn how to play trumpet?
I do.
Can you explain why? Why the trumpet?
I think it piqued my interest when I went to New Orleans and I saw like.
Oh yeah, there you go.
They're just so upbeat and
Mhm.
happy. And I was like, it's only 3 like little buttons.
Mhm.
It's so it can't be that hard.
Mhm.
Like I wanted to learn. I used to want to learn how to play the guitar, and I was like my sister got a guitar for Christmas, I think, and there's just so many strings, and it's like this is too much.
Mhm. But the trumpet's simple,
Yeah.
or it appears simple.
It appears simple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
New Orleans, it's interesting. You know, the places you go and things you do, and all of a sudden it turns, and you're just
Yeah.
like, oh my God, that's pretty cool.
It's like, wow, that's cool. I want to get into that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is cool. Some hypotheticals now. Watch TV or listen to music?
Music.
Beach vacation or mountain vacation?
Beach.
What beach you like to go to?
Well, we went on a cruise last spring, and we went to Cozumel, so
Mexico?
that was my favorite.
Mhm.
Yeah, it was so nice. It was beautiful.
The cruise went there, or did it hit other stops, or just?
Yeah, it was like, it hit like Jamaica, we went by Cuba, there was like a private island that the company had, so a
Mhm.
bunch of different
Oh,
places.
Cozumel's in the Caribbean. I thought it was in Mexico. In the Caribbean, right? If you went to those
Yeah.
places, you were like
It was
off the
like,
Florida coast.
yeah, it was like,
Mhm.
we did like a circle.
So Cozumel, though, of the stops, is your favorite?
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, so that's like my favorite beach so far.
So yeah, I thought you were gonna give me like a Jersey Shore town. You're like, now we're going big time.
Yeah.
Cozumel
Go
or
big or
bust.
go home, that's my motto.
Would you like to, if you could choose, would you be invisible or would you have the ability to read minds?
I'd probably read minds,
Why?
because I feel like you'd like have like a one-up on everybody.
Mhm.
You're like, you can't lie to me.
Mhm.
I know what you're thinking.
You can't go short side on me. I know you're going there.
Yeah. Like,
Mhm. If you could choose between one of the two, would you choose the ability to see the future or change the past?
probably see the future, because I watched a movie, I forget what it was called, and they created like a time machine, and every time they went back in time and they changed the past, it would like affect the future,
Mhm.
and they like got back to the present time, and like everything was messed up, and I don't want to do that.
Mhm.
So I'd probably see the future instead of doing that.
Okay. All right, I'm going to ask you, I'm going to change to, we're going to talk about field hockey now for a little bit there. So the first thing I'll ask you is, do you have any superstitions, anything that you just have to do before a game or in the time leading up to a game?
I think I've always had this like thing where I have to have tall socks, or like having like all my full leg covered,
Mhm.
because like it used to be because the straps would like cut into my legs, but then it kind of like turned into something.
Mhm.
So
Always
and
long socks.
yeah, and I'd have to have my hair like a specific way. It has to be on top of my head and like pulled back. It can't just be in like a ponytail.
Mhm.
It has to be in like a braid or have like ponytails in it.
And you do it yourself, or you have to get somebody to help you do it?
No, I can do it myself.
All right, so there you go, you got two.
Yeah.
Long socks, you know it's hot,
Yeah.
so
No,
something, right?
Yeah, it doesn't matter if I'm sweating, it just has to be there.
Long socks, okay. Do you have any personal or group pregame traditions? So, all right, you got your hair the way you need it, you got your long socks, and you're starting to think about warming up now. Is there certain things that have to be done a certain way, or something you have to do before you're ready to play?
Well, this season, before every game, I'd have Barb actually. I'd lay on my back and she'd stretch my legs up,
Mhm.
and then I'd obviously always have to get shots, but
Right.
before the game actually started, we go in our huddle,
Mhm.
and after we do, we call them flowers, and everybody stick, and we do 1, 2, and 3.
Mhm.
And then we cheer Eustace, and then me and Drew would like put our heads together.
A little head bump.
Yeah, before we go and play.
So that has to happen. So you're gonna find a new partner to do a head bump with, or a whole new
Yeah,
tradition
yeah.
at Siena?
I'm gonna have to come up with some new traditions.
Mhm.
I haven't even thought about that.
Mhm.
Oh God.
That's a whole new world. It's
Yeah.
exciting, right? You want to see the future. There you go.
Yeah.
At least a little thought about it, right?
Yeah.
I have to ask you about the penalty stroke here. So I think I saw you on, I can remember two. I remember Lenape, and I remember Camden Catholic. There may be more. But you have quite an elaborate routine before you feel the penalty stroke. Can you tell us about that?
Well, I'm on the smaller side of being a goalie, so strokes are pretty much designed as a goal. So my thought process was, if you can't reach to the full outer post, then might as well get in their head a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So I would and it was despite the refs, because most of the calls were stupid.
Mm-hmm.
But so I would take my time and stretch, and I'd have my back to them, and basically,
Why you have your back to them?
Well, I'd bend down and basically telling them to kiss my ass. To sum it up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's pretty much what it looked like.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah, good for you.
Yeah.
I would, in my opinion, on both shots, mission accomplished.
Yeah. Especially for the Camden Catholic.
Especially the Camden Catholic.
That was the one that stood out to me for
Yeah.
this season.
She was visibly pissed off. Visibly.
Oh, I heard the
Did you
parents
see
were
it?
pissed off as well.
Oh, were they? I didn't hear that. I could just see her reaction. She was just like one of those ugh.
Yeah. I rewatched the video because when I play, I'm like.
Right, you just play.
Yeah, I don't remember
You're not,
anything.
right.
So when I looked at the video, I was like, did that happen?
Mm-hmm.
I saw, it was just that much more,
Mm-hmm.
seeing everybody's reaction. It was just
I did enjoy too after the Lenape one. I think you probably didn't think about it, but you saved it, and the ball kind of rolled a little bit to your right, and you had to just disrespectful. Get out of here! Get this ball out of here!
That was bullshit. I didn't even remember that one.
It was quite the theater. I mean, I want to thank you for entertaining me, because I was like, this is worth the price of admission to
I'm
watch
giving
you
you
do
your
that.
16 grand there.
Yeah. Listen. When you pay 16 grand, you get it any way you can.
Yeah.
So.
I guess that was just the cherry on top.
Individually now, right? Just think of your career. What was the highlight of your career as an individual?
The first one that comes to mind is my goal that I highly remember who we were playing.
Cherry Hill West.
Cherry Hill West.
Senior night.
Senior night. And I was like, guys, I want to be put on the outfield, just once. And we were already up 7-0. And so it was 10 minutes left in the game, and they pulled me. And they were like, Bren. And they're whispering. I was like, what? And they're like, shh. And I was like, okay. And then they're like, you're going in. Get undressed. And I was like, what?
Mm-hmm.
And then so
Are you not allowed, by the way, once you're a goalie, or?
I don't even know the rules for that.
I don't either.
I don't know if it's
Why were they whispering then, you think?
Because I think because we were already beating them.
Oh, right.
So out of respect, I think. So they gave me a jersey and some goggles, and they threw me in, and with 30 seconds left, I managed to score, and I was like, did that just happen?
Mm-hmm.
So
I wasn't there that night, so was there a celebration after? Did you have a choreographed dance?
I didn't think it would happen, so I just jumped up and down really high, and all I remember was everybody coming in, and they're like, "Holy crap! You just scored!"
Mm-hmm. And you got the shout out on Twitter.
Oh yeah, they forced Mr. Dell to do that.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, "Put Brenna's name down." And everybody else's. Yeah, so it was special.
Before I get to the team stuff, I'll a couple of things. So I did look up, some of your accomplishments, right? And I'll read them here. I'll tell them to you right now, because it's not the kind of thing you ever sit around your house saying, "Oh yeah, I did this or I did that." So, just to recap that, I guess for the history, right?
Okay.
So Brenna played 3 years at Bishop Eustace. She had 350 some saves, something like that. You had 170 this year, a few more than that last year. The senior class won 73 games over 4 years. Won state championship at least 2 South Jersey championships. I don't remember what happened your freshman year when you weren't there. You were twice all-public, all non-public, first-team goalie, although you couldn't get Olympic National Conference goalie, even though she was also happened to be non-public, which is a fascinating story that you're good enough to be the best goalie in the state, but you weren't good enough to be the best goalie in your own conference.
I found that interesting.
That was amusing to me when I
Yeah.
saw that.
Yeah.
Especially this year, of all years.
Of all years.
And of course, that one goal, you scored 1 goal in
Yeah.
your career. So it was an awesome career, and those are just some of the numbers that I found on it. Highlight of your career from a team standpoint?
Have to be states, obviously, but that was just surreal. Like, I just remember sitting there and I was like, it took me like at least like 10 seconds. I was sitting there and I was like everyone was celebrating. I was like, oh my god, like I have to run down there. And I was like one of the last ones to like jump in. I just remember full on like jumping on the pile and looking down and seeing Erin just like laying on the floor, just like staring up, and it was just. And the celebration hug with Carrie, where I think there was a picture of that, and it was just, it captured the moment.
It was surreal, right? I was gonna.
Yeah.
What's the first when you realized that it went through? Was the first thought that through your head as they were celebrating? You're like, I got to run. Was that the first thought?
I was like,
Or was it like, holy crap?
holy crap. It's like, wow. And then that was the second part. The second thought was like, get down there. Go celebrate with your team.
Yeah, I mean, it's awesome to hear, ask the girls that question, you know. As I was saying earlier to your parents when I was talking to them, I'm like, boy, it might have been a different, if we hadn't won, you know, that would have been a different answer, you know, they wouldn't have been, it wouldn't have been like, oh my God, you don't know what it was like to win a state title, so it wasn't like you would have lamented that.
Yeah.
But the answers would have been all over the board in terms of what was their best, you know, moment as a team.
Yeah.
Winning a state championship, of course, kind of crystallizes it. There's just,
Yeah.
it's not a matter of what it is, it's a matter of how you felt, and that's the interesting part of the story. And yours as well is like, what'd you think?
Yeah.
Especially as a, you know, as a parent or any athlete will tell you that, you know, sometimes you wonder if kids understand like what it means like to win. Now you guys lost twice, so that's painful. But for many athletes like myself and probably, you know, aunts and uncles and things like that who play high school sports, I mean, you're not even sniffing getting there. And you got there 3 times and then you got to win 1. So that's awesome. I'm happy for you guys that you had that moment.
Yeah. I just remember walking off the field and we're all just like, you know, 3rd time's a charm.
Funniest moment or memory?
It would probably be the entire Rutgers overnight camp.
This year, right? You only went to
This
Rutgers
year.
1 year.
Yeah, this year. Because so many things happened. For starters, we started off with like 100-degree weather.
Yeah, it was brutally
and
hot.
Brutal in the dorms, and I just remember just like dying basically. And like I remember after the first day, we went back to the dorms because our team got done early, and Lexi and Drew, all I hear is Brenna, and they come into my room in their towels and their like shower stuff, and they're like, we got locked out of our room, and I was just like, oh my gosh.
They were roommates?
Yeah, they were
Who were
roommates.
you roommates with?
Amanda. So, and we would all hang out in everybody's different room, basically who had like the best snacks and stuff. And then I remember the team bonding we did, we participated in a talent show, and we came up with a routine dance to Hey Baby. And
what's his name? DJ
Otzi.
Yes. The guy talking about who did that? Who did the routine? You and
It's like all of the seniors and like everybody, the entire team who like attended the camp.
everybody.
Everybody.
All part of it. Is there a video of it?
Yeah, there is.
Oh my God.
Of us practicing.
Can I pay $16,500
Yes.
to have the video as well?
Yes.
I'm sorry. Tell me about the video.
It's actually made a video of just like because I was bored one night and I put it on iMovie.
Mhm.
I can send you that. It was like it's to the Hey Baby song, and I synced the timing of the dance with the music. So
Yeah,
that's like in there, so I can send you that. And yeah, we would just that's probably
So you're there for 3 days, and it sounds like a 3-day laugh fest, pretty much.
pretty much nobody took it seriously.
Yeah.
And it frustrated the Rutgers coaches because, and I remember I wasn't there obviously for like what happened because it was like off the sidelines, like when we were scrimmaging, but I think the coach's name was Roland, and he was like roasting Gigi or Drew, and like asking her like why she was at the camp because she's committed to Lehigh at the time, and so he was like, what are you doing here if you're already committed? And like it was like so funny because we were all just sitting there.
But all of you were.
Exactly. So we were
Right.
like he was just like I don't even know what went down, but I just remember saying like I just remember hearing she got like aired by the coach
Mhm.
for just being there.
For committing
Yeah.
somewhere other than Rutgers.
Other than Rutgers, because Rutgers is the top school, obviously, in
Yeah,
the Big
obviously,
Ten.
yes.
It's a great school.
Yeah, the football program too.
Yeah.
Describe Coach Senior.
I would describe her as intense and basically like she never really passed high school in many ways.
All right.
You
Mhm.
can tell
So she's still living in high school is what you're kind of saying?
through her emails. And I just, during practice, you know how you're supposed to practice your life? I just remember gossiping the entire time.
Mhm.
She was trying to find the dirt on everybody, and
Mhm.
and then her and Penza would be like gossiping about different stuff, and just so
Different.
different.
Yeah, it was different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
But she's turned that intensity on too, so it's kind of, had to be kind of a stark contrast sometimes, right? If you're like, we're going to run till,
yeah.
basically till I throw up, she would say, I mean, for all intents and purposes, right? Run till I get tired.
Yep.
And then she'd go back into
And
kind
then
of a high school mode, right?
And then she'd make me run extra, and then she'd go back into high school mode.
High school mode.
So I remember at one practice, I guess I wasn't. It was one of her intense practices, and it was like a long, long day. Like I had all my classes that day, and I was with when Barb was there too, and I wasn't, I guess, practicing up to Barb's standards. So she called over Coach Senior and like told on me to her. And Senior pulled me out of the cage, made me undress, or she was gonna make me run in my pads, run suicides in my pads, and I was like, no, I'm not doing that. And I was like, I'll run, but I'm taking my pads off, and so that was an interesting practice.
Well, then, listen, I mean, there's no state champions have a smooth sail,
Yep,
right? There's going to be some rub there. So.
Yeah.
So tell where you go to college and what do you plan to study?
I'm going to Siena College, and I don't know what I'm going to study.
Are you going to try to decide before you get there? You're going to kind of let the first year unfold and then?
I'm going to see what I'm interested in. Like, I'm going to look into different things before I get there, and then I'll probably do half and half, just get adjusted there before I just make any major life decisions.
It's just a starting point.
Yeah. I'm just going to settle myself and then be like,
It's a good
okay,
idea.
now what?
It's a good idea.
Yeah.
So if you could do it over again, right, what would you change, if anything, about your youth and high school field hockey experience?
I wouldn't necessarily change anything. I'd go back and I'd probably appreciate the moments more than, even the bad moments. I'd probably go back and be like, this isn't that bad. I wish I was, still there.
I read your stats, a minute ago, and then we talked about the legacy of success, and you guys have been tremendously successful here. So, you know, your sister is one of the heirs to the throne, so to speak, right, to keep the tradition going. So if you could say anything to your younger teammates, maybe as a group, now that this part of your journey is over, what would you say to them?
I'd say the same thing. I'd probably say to, like, appreciate every moment and, like, you know, don't take it for granted, and to probably just, like, get along with each other,
Mhm.
even though it could be hard and you'll fight. Just these are going to be like your best friends.
Did your group get along?
Oh, yeah,
Mhm.
a lot.
Mhm. It seemed that way. I'm not there every day, but it certainly seemed it from the outside
Yeah.
looking in.
We're really tight.
Mhm. And you know what, I mean, just to say, I mean, Abby's group looks like they enjoyed themselves either. I know Juliana's group does,
Mhm.
you know, as well.
Juliana's group is really tight.
They are very tight.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
All right, so I'll invite you to look into the camera here. Last question for you. If you, you know, one final message to your parents here as you finish this part of your high school field hockey journey.
Thank you for putting up with me and all my tendencies. Thank you for keeping me on track, and thank you for getting me into college. Thank you for loving me, and yeah.
It's very good. Brenna Miller, star goaltender, Bishop Eustace High School state champions. Great, best of luck
Thank you.
in the future. Thank you for coming tonight.